I decided what language I want to learn. I want to learn 1940s detective language. I just love the way these guys talk. I'm watching these old psychological thrillers from the 40s. Oh my God, the way the detectives talk, I love it. And the way they use words is just different. I was even trying to put some on TikTok because it's just so funny. I should put some on here too. But I just love the way they talk. Yeah, I'll do some shorts to show because it is hilarious. But I'm going to keep practicing it. I just love it. I can't think of some of the little phrases right now, but oh my gosh, it's hilarious because they change the words. They just use them different. I just love it. And another thing I was thinking about was so, how everything in nature is swirling, right? And we all have a swirl, and everybody thinks like, oh, this is reality. Oh, it's reality, which everybody's starting to realize like there's no one reality. Every single human being on this planet is living its own reality. So therefore, what is reality? So, but that's part of this breaking free from the system and starting to understand about reality, right? So people are beginning to understand, every single human has a different reality. Nobody has the same reality. So what is reality? And what we know now is that this reality here is created. It's not even, there's nothing real about it. It is the puppet master's creation of a stage, basically. So when the soul comes in, it's all, the stage is set. They come into the play already in performance, right? And so they're just trying to play their part, but it's kind of like an improv. They don't even know their lines. So it's kind of trying to figure out like, what's going on here? That's what life has been like for most people. And the whole thing is, we're just free energy. I saw just a reminder this morning. I've opened a couple of TikToks people sent me. And one of them was the day that we cannot speak of, where somehow buildings falling don't create shrapnel and metal, it creates ash. Like, yeah. But, everything is just a lie and we are expendable and, they've been murdering us for a long time. This is nothing new what's happening here. This is just the awakening. So we're seeing it, but it's been going on the whole fucking time. And so anyway, I gotta also say real quick is yesterday when I said there's gonna be a cable guy, so I had sent it to one of my friends, and she was like, she looked at it and she goes, I think it's an ad. I think it's a Super Bowl ad. Because she knows more of that kind of stuff, like what little symbols mean or something I don't know. I don't pay attention to that stuff, especially not to sports or Super Bowls. But, they used to a long time ago. Yeah, they had some great Super Bowl commercials. And I'm sure, that they still try and keep that up. Super Bowl does do the coolest commercials. This could be like a 2-minute commercial, I'm sure it'd be funny. I mean, if Jim Carrey's in it, it's going to be funny. I don't, the whole thing with nowadays, so much in all their commercials and everything is just so hard hitting on the programming, the indoctrination. So back before, and maybe it was just because we were so asleep, we could appreciate some of the commercials, but there was probably hidden meaning in all of them. They're doing their best to try and keep us asleep and to manipulate our brain because they love the free energy, because we have been their slaves. As long as we're asleep and we're just a bunch of zombies going around, picking things up, moving things, buying things, we're perfect for them. So, and, they've kept us in control with fear and drugs and, that's how the system has been. But each soul has come into this system of its own accord so that it could learn and go through experiences only offered in some place like this, which I call hell. So anyways, all these different souls, have all come in to play different parts, You know, this is like the seedy part of town, like the seedy part of town where the playhouse is, that the person just getting started and they just really want to be in something, you know, and they're just getting started and they're trying to figure out, like, you know, what can I do as an actor? And they go and get in a production company, you know, in a little seedy part of town in a playhouse. That's what this is. This place right here. This is what you get to come into so you can begin to learn about yourself and what you can do. And, you know, and the people who just are so cut off from themselves, those are the ones who have the most to learn, is what I would say. So, because in reality, what's real is none of this stuff, what they are showing us. This is all, everything is an illusion, but we think it's real, so therefore it's real because we are powerful gods, because we are God in all forms. What someone thinks of a God, the power source of energy that puts out into everything, nature, has the ability to go into everything, and therefore we are that of God. So, but we also have our own consciousness and our own abilities kind of to show God, ourself, who we are. So it's kind of, you know, it's so much different than like what they've been teaching us, that it's a lot to wrap your head around for most people. Because in reality, everything is moving, right? You can see it in your head. You can see it in nature. Everything is moving. And what we actually are is we are color, vibration, and movement. We're sound. We are the movement. We are that. We are the energy that is of all things. And the more that you connect with that energy, that is what is so cool, because when you're cut off from it and you're just really focused on this three-dimensional existence, it's a struggle, you know, and you're projecting what you are trying to understand about yourself. When you step back and you connect and you start realizing what you are and you connect, all of a sudden you've got a whole consciousness, a giant consciousness, all sorts of beings and stuff around you giving you guidance. So life just becomes so much easier when you connect to all that is. And so, but it's, you know, it's a process to pull free from a three-dimensional mindset where your mind is so trapped into that of the supernatural, like that there's something out there that you cannot see. Because most people think you have to see it, you have to smell it, you have to hear it, otherwise it's scary. So, you know, but really we're movement, we're sound, we're vibration. And this being able to incarnate is the magic and the mystery of a consciousness and how sophisticated our abilities really are. So when, you know, with this swirl thing going up in my hair, I was just, you know, I comb my hair at night and stuff. And, well, I comb it more than, but I like to make sure I comb it really nice before I go to bed. And when I tip over my head, I always notice how one side is longer than the other side. That is one side of my hair, like it's like a total cowlick, you know, the swirl. And one side of my hair, always when I was a kid, it would get the most tangly, it would break the most, you know. And it's like that with my grandkids and my kids too. Those certain ones with certain hair texture we have this same kind of like pattern kind of. And so I was just thinking, it's just so weird because, you know, if you take your hair and you swirl it, because we really are moving, we're just able to keep in the moment and not feel that. Because, you know, when they talk about the globe and we're moving and stuff like that, that's all, you know, a bunch of lies. But we really are in movement all the time. So that's where they take the truth and they twist it into their reality. And they create a whole scenario. And my throat is it's scratching really bad. So I'm going to keep talking about this, but I'm also going to add it into some incarnation stuff and some past life healing stuff that I was experiencing last night. So I'll be right back.